And we are live. Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all feeling well. Thank you all very, very much for joining me on tonight's live. I usually call it a Monday Night Live. Today's Monday, so it works out. Happy Monday Night Live. The date's November 24th, 5 p.m. Eastern Time here in Miami, Florida. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all feeling well. We're going to dive into some really, really important topics today of what they aren't telling you. About what? About the food, the water, the air, and so much more. Before we dive in, what I usually love doing is I love asking you all, for anybody that's tuning in, whether you're live, whether you're watching the replay. I'm here live right now, so thank you for being here live if you are live. But where are you tuning in from? I see some people already putting in. One person said Baton Rouge. Where are you tuning in from? Why are you here? And I do want to preface with just a note to our community, my family, each and every one of you. I have put so much work into this channel, and I will continue putting so much work into this channel because my goal is raising awareness around the world on important topics. My goal is to also make it as fun and entertaining as possible, and that's why I don't want to wake her up, but that's why we have the beautiful Halo right over here, my love. I love you. She's sleeping, so she's going to keep sleeping on my lap. But Halo is with us today in the live, just right underneath the camera, on my lap, enjoying and soaking it all in. Again, thank you all very much for tuning in. So I see people from all around the world here. We see Baton Rouge, Mesa, Arizona, Illinois, Texas, Arkansas, the United Kingdom, Toronto, Virginia, Florida, the Netherlands, Terry in the United Kingdom, Earth. I love that one, Earth. Reno, Nevada, California, Rhode Island, Bristol, United Kingdom, Tampa Bay, United Kingdom, Illinois. Somebody said hi, Halo. She says hi back, but I'm pretty sure she's sleeping. We got Madrid. We got Plymouth, Michigan, I believe, or Mississippi. I think that's Michigan. Croatia, one of the most beautiful countries in the world. We got California, Tennessee, Florida, Australia, Minnesota, United Kingdom, Connecticut, and the list goes on and on. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Family, tonight, and you guys are my family. Tonight, we're diving into one of the most important conversations, in my opinion, I've ever had with all of you. One of the most important presentations, because the information I'm about to share with you is not affecting some of you, depending on where you are. It's affecting every single person watching this, whether you realize it or not. Your energy, your mood, your health, your clarity, your frequency, your entire sense of vitality, all of it is being influenced every single day by three things that you just cannot escape. But I'm not just going to be talking about the problems. We're going to be talking about the solutions as well, because that's one of my goals with the work that I do. So what are these three things? I said it earlier. I'll say it again. Your food, your water, and your air, what you breathe. And the truth is, what's happening to each of us, each of these things, the food, water, and air, in 2025 specifically, but also the years preceding, and hopefully not, but also the years coming up, is far more shocking and far more intentional. It's not unintentional, intentional than most people have been led to believe. So with that, I'm just going to button up right here real quick. With that, before we start, I want to share a few things before we dive in. As usual, make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. Click that subscribe button if you have not already, so you can get alerted every single time I go live. And I've been going live a lot more often than I used to. So make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Telegram, follow me on Instagram. The links are all in the description below this video. I want to share something before we dive in that is extremely significant. It's extremely exciting. It's something that's happening in just about, 24 hours from now, November 25th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, exactly 26 hours from this moment. One of the most important interviews that I have ever done is coming out right here for a worldwide premiere on this YouTube channel with a man named Dr. Glenn Ryan. He's a researcher that worked with Harvard Medical School, Stanford Medical School, Mount Sinai Medical School. He's also done incredible things with incredible credentials, but as he says, the credentials don't matter that much, although he does have them. And he's been doing research for over 50 years with his quantum biology research lab. And tomorrow, an incredible interview is coming out with him where he actually did research on the light system. And these are his words, although I'm going to paraphrase, not mine, his words. He said that this was one of the most significant and powerful and intense energy related, frequency based technologies he has ever tested, with, and I quote, an 80% increase in electrical conductivity in the cells in just 1 hour. He compared that to other technologies that he did studies on, and he said this one completely blew it out of the water. So I will show you a quick little trailer of what to expect tomorrow. There's a link in the description below if you want to tune in. It's free on my YouTube channel for the entire world to check out. This is a little teaser of what to expect.
I've developed a method that involves a unique approach to measuring the electrical energy.
So when you measure the conductivity in living cells, what does it really tell us, like in terms of percentage increases and whatnot? What does that really tell us about vitality or wellness in the body? What are you looking for?
Most machines and even healers are around 50. Some are quite weak and hardly do anything. And it turns out that the TLS system, it was 80%, which is just about max. The weakest technology I ever saw actually was the E system, which took 36 hours.
You're saying that what took over 20, 25 hours, whatever it is,
Right.
On that other technology, light system did in 1 hour, it even surpassed the
It was a
results.
stronger effect. It is stronger acting and faster acting than most other technologies. Getting an 80% is very unusual and indicates a very powerful technology.
Why do you think the light system achieved such a high increase of nearly 80%? What do you make of it as the scientist, the doctor, the individual with experience here? To my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, when you did your study on the light system, you did it on 2 points opposing each other, correct?
Yeah, I was very surprised to see that it acted so quickly and with such a strong effect. Then I realized, as I said earlier, these guys are doing it right. The scientific concept here is that when you have beams of light that are opposing each other 180 degrees, when they hit each other, they annihilate each other, they cancel out.
You know, Glenn, you did these studies in the past when it came to EE system. And now you did these studies on the light system. And I said, I think many people may ask, what was the change of heart, right? What happened? What caused you to say, well, I want to give this a shot, and now I see that this is doing a lot better work?
Although she claims her parents are scientists, and therefore she's a scientist, she's not a scientist. Some of the statements that she made are just inconsistent with science.
My question for you is, in terms of synchronizing movement on those screens, how important is that to you?
The more similar the two particles are to each other, the stronger the resonance. The stronger the resonance, the more likely the two will couple and cancel. This is a novel method of delivering the subtle energetic information associated with an affirmation.
So as you can see, this is truly a breakthrough that redefines energy healing, and hence the name of the interview. It's incredible in terms of what it does. When I actually sat down with him for the first time in person, when I met him for the first time, just recently, a few days ago, when I did the interview with him, he mentioned that there were only 2 other technologies that he's ever experienced that hit that 80% mark. And the light system was one of them. He obviously compared it to other similar technologies that he's worked on in the past, what he spoke about in that trailer that you guys just saw. And that, according to his research, according to his words in the interview, had a 40% increase, which is still effective, but a 40% increase in like 25 or 36 hours or whatever he said over there. Whereas the light system has an 80% increase, so double the effect in 95% less time, in 1 hour versus 25 plus hours. So this is huge. This is incredible. This is why I support the light system so much, because the technology is absolutely incredible. And by the way, while we're here, just to show you guys something, this isn't out yet. I'm just a little beta tester over here, but this is the light system watch. And check this out. You actually have the program on the watch. It tracks everything that you do whatever you want it to do, of course. It tracks your, and I'll read it to you because it's pretty incredible. This is not out yet, but heart rate, blood oxygen levels, sleep, blood pressure, blood glucose, HRV, stress levels, breath. It's insane. There's a flashlight on this thing. You can obviously connect to your phone if you want. You got games on it, which makes it a lot of fun. It's really, really awesome in terms of what this does. It's a pleasure to be able to wear it. And again, it is incredible in terms of what it does. So this is a Light System watch. It's not out yet, but I'm sure it will be in the near future. I look forward to it coming out because I've been using it myself and it's incredible. But with that, when it comes to wearables, and before we officially dive in, these are the Light System bracelets. This is the Light System Medallion TLS wearables, supercharged wearables. They're not just crystals. They are supercharged crystals that go under, or through, I should say, a proprietary supercharging energetic frequency imprinting process that will be shared more on in due time. There are more studies coming out about the impacts of that as well. But here's the thing. Right now, the Light System is doing a Black Friday sale up until Friday. If you go to the website, there's a link in the description below, tlsmarketplace.shop. It will give you 25% off every single order, specifically the Light System wearables. So go to tlsmarketplace.shop. You could see the countdown, save 25%, read about it, check it out, see what pulls you. And on that note, of course, if you go to thelightsystems.com, there is also a very special Black Friday sale where you can get a pyramid or a cube at $1,000 to $2,000 off. You can also get discounts on the bigger systems, so make sure to check it out. Go to thelightsystems.com. There are links in the description below. Book a call right over here, or simply click book a call. Book a call with a specialist. Ask your questions. Take it from there. The deadline is November 28th, Friday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. So take advantage of it while you can. And last but not least, before we officially dive in, the biggest event of 2026 is happening very soon. It is called Becoming Superhuman, the transformational event, 3 days in Miami, Florida. There are in-person tickets and, of course, live stream tickets that are now available. Live stream tickets are less than $200 for all 3 days. So go to my website, jasonshirka.com, get your ticket, whether in person, which is a whole lot better than anything else. But of course, if you can't make it in person for any reason, make sure to get your live stream tickets before ticket prices increase. With that, lo and behold, we're going to go right in. We're going to dive right in. We're going to have an awesome time. And we're going to start speaking about what they aren't telling you about the food, water, and air in 2025. Are you ready to dive in? Are you ready to have a good time again? Thank you all very much for tuning in. Thank you for being here live. And thank you for being a supporter of this YouTube channel. A lot of work goes into it. So we're going to dive right in with the first of the three. Again, there's food, water, and air. I want to start with food because food is not food anymore. And that's just the fact of the matter of what's going on right now. Food is not food anymore. People today report fatigue, inflammation, anxiety, depression, brain fog, more so now than any generation before us. And of course, the doctors blame genetics, they blame stress, they blame age. But that's not the truth. That's a cop-out. The truth is the food is weaker than it has ever been in recorded history. And I'm going to give you some statistics. According to multiple agricultural analyses, the nutrient density of modern produce has dropped by the following. Number one, up to 90% fewer minerals compared to 100 years ago. 90% fewer minerals compared to 100 years ago. Number two, 24% less magnesium in your food. Number three, 52% less magnesium in your vitamin C, less vitamin C in your food, and declines in protein content by 30 to 50% in some crops. We're eating food that may fill the stomach, but it doesn't actually feed the body. It doesn't give the body the sustenance that it needs. So you're taking in all this physical matter without a lot of energy. It's dead. And it's dead because of what we're doing to our crops, what we're doing to our food. It is not food anymore. Now, soil depletion equals mineral depletion because you get your minerals from the soil. For the last century, industrial agriculture has turned soil into dirt. Real soil is alive. Dirt, not so much, at least in this analogy. Real soil contains microbes, fungi, minerals, organic matter, enzymes. But industrial farming, what we're doing today, strips the land because they use things like synthetic fertilizers, chemical pesticides, something called monocropping, mechanical tilling, all these things that just completely strip the land. And the result of that is over 70% of the world's soil is now degraded. That's what's going on. And by the way, that statistic is from the United Nations. Now, I don't really trust the United Nations, but I don't think they're lying about this one. Over 70% of the world's soil is degraded, according to the United Nations. And since plants cannot create minerals, they can only absorb them from soil. And when the soil dies, guess what? You may have food, but it's dead. So you're eating things that don't have energy. And if you're eating dead food, then don't expect to live a good life. It's quite simple. Now, when it comes to ultra-processed food equates to engineered lower frequencies. It's exactly what's going on when you process something. It's always connected to source, but it's further and further and further and further and more far removed from source. Think of a Dorito. A Dorito, ultimately, if you go however far removed it is, into its ultimate first ingredient before it was processed and processed, it's natural. But then they process it and process it and process it. Now it's food, but it's dead food, and dead food kills you. It has a lower frequency, and the frequency you eat, the food that you eat, is what you become. So statistic, over 58% of the average American's calories, 58%, comes from ultra-processed foods. For kids, it's 67%. That's 2/3 of the calories that kids are consuming are coming from ultra-processed foods. And then we wonder why 67% of America is overweight. 33% of America and growing is considered obese. So these ultra-processed foods contain seed oils, emulsifiers, preservatives, synthetic dyes, chemical flavor enhancers like Red 40, for example, all of which do the following. They destroy the gut microbiome. They alter brain chemistry. They reduce electrical conductivity. They lower mitochondrial function. Food with no life force equates to humans with no life force. Now, when you destroy the gut microbiome, you get sick more. When you alter brain chemistry, you start going out of balance. You start having emotional distress. You start seeing things in a different way. That's where depression and anxiety come in. When you reduce electrical conductivity, and by the way, the purpose of the light system and what Dr. Glenn Ryan's study is that it increases electrical conductivity in the cells. But when you reduce electrical conductivity in the cells, you end up getting sick. It leads to absolutely everything. And lower mitochondrial function is also the powerhouse of the cell not operating in its optimal state, something that the light system helps with. Now, again, food with no life force equates to humans with no life force because they're eating that food that has no life force. Now, when it comes to microplastics and nanoplastics, this is something that most people don't even know. In 2025, this is a fact, microplastics have been detected in blood, the placenta, lung tissue, breast milk, produce, meat, seafood. It's insane. A recent study estimates humans consume about, and this is a quote, a credit card's worth of plastic every week. I'm going to say that again. A recent study estimates humans consume about a credit card's worth of plastic every week. Now, what do these plastics do? We all know they're bad for you, but physically, they disrupt hormones. They carry heavy metals. They act as EMF antennas. They increase inflammation. They interfere with cellular communication, all things that get you sick. And then there's this really weird push for lab-grown meat. Now, by the way, full disclosure, I don't eat meat. I've never eaten meat my entire life. I've tried it. I didn't like it. I was born and raised vegetarian/vegan. Now, when it comes to lab-grown meat, I am not for lab-grown meat. If you're going to eat meat, don't eat a substitute that's fake. Eat meat. It's much better than lab-grown meat. Now, lab-grown meat, like Beyond Meat and so on and so forth, has been marketed as clean. It's all marketing. But studies show it requires genetically modified fetal bovine serum. It's disgusting. Number two, cells are kept alive using industrial growth factors. This is all fake and artificial. Number three, it contains no natural nutrient cycles. And number four, it consumes 4 times more energy than farmed beef. Food created in a lab, and this is the ultimate truth here, food created in a lab has no resonance. It has no life force. It has no natural frequency, and that's why it gets you sick. So don't eat fake food or fake meat because you're a vegan. Either eat meat or don't eat meat. You got to decide. But eating fake meat is not this like, beautiful spiritual thing. It's killing you. It's not good for this planet, and it's hurting everything in the process. Now, the biggest one, glyphosate. This is what I like to call the silent destroyer. Glyphosate is now found in over 90% of non-organic oats. 95% of urine samples tested in US adults, American adults. Most wheat, barley, corn, and soy products. And what does glyphosate do, for those of you who don't know? It destroys the gut lining. It disrupts tight junctions, or it literally equates to something called leaky gut. It creates this little micro punctures in your gut that allows certain things to then seep out of the gut and then create inflammation in the entire body, creating things like autoimmune diseases. So leaky gut is created or a result of glyphosate in your food. It interferes with detox pathways. It blocks pathways in general, which are critical for microbes. And this reduces human vitality at the most fundamental level. Glyphosate is a very, very big problem. So in summary, when it comes to food specifically, number one, food is not food anymore. Soil depletion equals mineral depletion. Over 70% of the world's soil is degraded. Ultra-processed foods create low-frequency foods. And over 58% of the average American calories come from those foods. 67% of kids' calories come from those foods. It contains a lot of garbage that equates to a garbage life, aka disease. Microplastics and nanoplastics are a very big problem. And the average person consumes about a credit card's worth of plastic every single week, with the nanoplastics and microplastics in their food. And of course, the push for lab-grown meat is not helping, and glyphosate is the silent destroyer. Now, what are the solutions here? And we're going to make it real simple. When it comes to practical, empowering solutions, number one, eat real food. Real food means it doesn't come out of a bag. It's not in plastic. It's not processed. It is whole organic food. Remineralize. You can put trace minerals, sea salt, fulvic, humic acid. These things will help you when you remineralize through your food, through your water as well. If you fast, I just finished a liver cleanse, literally today. If you do cleanses, if you fast, it resets the digestive and the immune system. These things will help you. Sunlight increases mitochondrial function. And of course, on the topic of increasing mitochondrial function, increasing electrical conductivity in the cells, that's where this technology comes in. And I never stop talking about it because it's so important. This technology, the light system, this is the light system cube, this is the light system pyramid. There are tons of other modalities and types of products, I should say, on the website, thelightsystems.com. They help restore your biological blueprint. They help restore coherent frequencies in your essence, in your being, in your body. Alongside all those other things, sunlight, eating real food, remineralizing, fasting, grounding, all of these things are important. And when you're not outside doing those things, this technology is incredible. And again, according to Dr. Glenn Ryan, the study that you're going to see coming out tomorrow, along with the interview, it increases electrical conductivity in the cells by 80% in just 1 hour. That's incredible. And that's what this technology around me here does. So make sure to learn about it, because this is one of the many solutions, but it's a solution that I advocate for because it's effortless. And it does it without you having to even think about it, being hooked up to anything, nothing. You're just around it. So go to thelightsystems.com. There's a link in the description below. Go to thelightsystems.com to check that out. Now, when it comes to water, I want to speak about life force, breaking down that life force. Most water is dead. Now people look and they say, what do you mean water is dead? It's water. Yeah, most water is dead because water has energy in it. And when you have distorted energy, you're drinking dead water. Water is supposed to carry structure, a crystalline structure, an energized geometry. But modern water, water today is chemically treated, It's pressurized. It's stored in metal pipes, sometimes with lead in them. It's exposed to EMFs. It's stripped of minerals. This creates destructured, energetically dead water. How do you know it's energetically dead? When it's destructured. And all of those things that I just mentioned do that. Now, then we have pharmaceutical runoff, which most people don't even know about. Studies show, and you can look this up, municipal water systems now contain levels, trace levels, of antidepressants, antibiotics, antipsychotics, birth control hormones, painkillers, and blood pressure medications. Over 46 million Americans drink water contaminated with pharmaceutical residue every single day. Do you know how insane that is? Now, when it comes to heavy metals, fluoride, chlorine, fluoride calcifies the pineal gland. It reduces your IQ. It affects your thyroid hormones. Chlorine kills good bacteria. It drives respiratory pathways. And heavy metals like lead, mercury, arsenic, they disrupt brain function, your nervous system, your cellular communication. All of these lower cellular conductivity, aka they lower your frequency. Again, back to the technology. These are one of the solutions that you can use. Now, plastic bottles are huge. Plastic bottles are huge because heat and sunlight cause plastic to leach. So your BPAs, your microplastics, estrogen-like compounds, it actually gives male individuals like myself breasts when you drink out of it because you're ingesting estrogen-like compounds. It's crazy. These chemicals disrupt hormones and fertility. Now we're seeing testosterone, fertility, everything's lowering. And they show up in blood tests worldwide. Now, again, what's the fix? What's the solution? What do we do? Structured or vortexed water. As simple as taking your water, and I do this to my water before I fill it in my bottles. You literally spin it and structure it, creating a little vortex, a little tornado of water. It will structure the water. You bless the water. You say thank you. Look at Dr. Masaru Emoto's studies, the water experiment from the 90s. It shows how it structures water through intent. It's incredible. One of the things this technology does as well. So structured water is a fix. High mineral water is a solution, remineralizing through your water. Things like reverse osmosis with a remineralization filter. So that's something that I have in my home right here. Spring sources when possible. Glass is huge. Try to drink out of glass as much as you can. Movement. So again, water inside you structures through motion. So the more you move, go on a run. I just did a 2-mile run with my watch. It tracked everything. It was amazing. But as you run, you are structuring your water, literally. It's pretty amazing. And again, the light system technology, I can't say enough. The light system cube, the light system pyramid, and of course, the bigger units that do some incredible work. So check those out on the website. Take advantage of the Black Friday sale before it ends Friday night, 11 p.m. Eastern time. The last section here, we've covered food, we've covered water. I want to cover air, and I like to call this the invisible assault. Now, there's indoor air and there's outdoor air. I want to go to indoor air toxicity. According to the EPA, indoor air can be 2 to 5 times more toxic than outdoor air, which makes sense because there's less movement. Sources include paints, carpets, mattresses, cleaning products, synthetic furniture, plus mold, especially here in places like Miami, mold, which is a silent epidemic in and of itself affecting millions. But again, your paints are garbage. Your carpets are likely not organic and garbage. Your mattresses are likely not organic and garbage. Your cleaning products are likely non-organic and garbage. Your synthetic furniture is synthetic, so I don't have to explain that one. And there's only so much we could do. I don't want you all to be paranoid. That's not my intention here. It's to raise awareness to get clean products wherever you can. And who knows, maybe we'll start manufacturing organic beds at some point, because that's something that I want for myself. So when it comes to EMF saturation, we spoke about indoor air toxicity, but what about, again, EMF saturation, electromagnetic field, when it comes to distorted fields? In 2025, the average person is exposed to the following: Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, 5G, smart appliances, cell towers, smart meters, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. But just what I explained right there has been shown to disrupt calcium channels, increase oxidative stress, affect heart rate variability, alter sleep cycles, and trigger anxiety. Your nervous system never gets to rest. And that's why so many people are getting sicker and sicker and sicker, even though we keep saying we're more and more advanced and we're in the best place humanity has ever been. No, we're not. We're in the sickest place humanity has ever been. And it's because of these things right here. Now, when it comes to nanoparticles and industrial pollution, modern air today carries metal dust, something called PM 2.5 particles. Look those up. Nanoparticles from fuel, chemical residues, industrial pollutants. These particles enter the bloodstream directly through the lungs and create systemic inflammation. And I could say that I'm a person that experienced that myself, because when I did my 30-day fast, forget the weight that I lost, my skin got thinner. I started reducing inflammation in the body. It's insane. Even my fingers got thinner. My nose got thinner because it's big. All these things got thinner, things that I wouldn't have even thought are being impacted by inflammation. Then we have oxygen decline. So the reason why this is so important is because, number one, Dr. Otto Warburg, over 100 years ago, won the Nobel Prize for proving the following. When you deprive a single cell of 35% of its oxygen for 48 hours, that cell becomes cancerous. That means that when you have cellular oxygen deficiency, then you start getting sick. When you have oxygen sufficiency and surplus, you remain healthy and you thrive. Large cities around the world are showing the following: lower available oxygen, higher ozone levels, greater heat retention, and polluted air trapped in what they call heat domes. Lower oxygen equates to lower ATP, which is your energy production in the body, which equals and equates to a lower life force. And that's why people are so much weaker today, because they're not breathing. And even when they do breathe, they're breathing garbage. So what is the solution? Get sunlight daily. The sun is the prime thing that you can always use, and it's free. Get sunlight daily. Ground, walk barefoot, not on asphalt, not on cement, on the real bare dirt. Open windows whenever possible, especially if you don't live in a city. Use salt rooms. I have a sauna right here in my office. That sauna has salt. Every time it gets hot, that salt is in the air, so I breathe that in. Negative ions from nature help you. Air purifiers help you. And as usual, I'm going to say it again and over again because it's so important. The light system technology helps with coherence and cellular recovery. So we covered the following. We covered air. We covered food. We covered water. And we can go into all the problems, which we did. But the solutions are always majority free and some really awesome technologies you can use if you choose to. Grounding, breathing, meditation, journaling, calming your nervous system, spending more time with these beautiful little angels. Look how calm she is. She's been sleeping this entire time. She's adorable. Okay, you can go back to sleep. So spending time with your little furry animals, all these things reduce stress. They all reduce stress. Cleaning the air, salt rooms, grounding, all of these things reduce stress. So I want to just say this. This conversation is not about fear. My presentations, my lectures, my live shows are never about fear. They're about awareness. They're about empowerment. They're about taking your vitality back. To do that, you have to understand the problem, understand the solution that doesn't take your freedom away, and then move forward accordingly in the best way that you see fit. Because your food is information. Your water is frequency. Your air is energy. And you, I'm talking to you watching right now, decide the reality that you live in. So my question to all of you is, what reality do you want to live in? Do you want to live in one that is going to maybe be cheaper now, but a whole lot more expensive later? And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about the quality of your life. Or do you want to do things now that will cause you to enjoy the rest of your life and increase the quality of your life? Because that is the point of what we do. That's the point of what I do. That's why I host these live shows all the time, because I want to empower you. I want to spread proper and positive information. I want to help you raise your awareness. I want to help you become a better human. That's why I do the events that I do, like Becoming Superhuman in January. And that's what I hope you follow me on. Not follow me, but follow the journey so we can be on this journey together, because it's a beautiful journey to be on. So, number one, first of all, thank you very much for tuning into this live. Watch it, get those statistics, share this video far and wide, and make sure to help re-empower and make the world aware. Re-empower the world around you, the people around you, and make the world aware of what we have long forgotten, things that are going on right now. Most importantly, I ask you, join us for this incredible event in January, whether it's the live stream or in person. It's right here, Becoming Superhuman. It's the transformation event, 444 spots in person. In-person tickets, I'll give you a little discount code right now that's available for the next 24 hours if you're watching this right now. If you want to get $200 off your in-person ticket, make sure to use the discount code TRANSFORM. And if you just want to get a live stream ticket, it is less than $200. Make sure to get your live stream ticket and do so before ticket prices increase. It's with myself, Dr. Brian Artis, Dr. Ed Group, Robert Edward Grant, Aaron Abke, and Pete Highbloom. It's incredible. Check out the website. Go to jasonshirka.com to learn more. And of course, get your Light System Supercharged wearables. You have 4 days left to get them. 25% off shipping all around the world. Lastly, 4 days to take advantage of the Black Friday special promotion with the Light System. $1,000 off your Cube, $2,000 off your Pyramid, and bigger discounts and some pretty cool things off the bigger technology as well. So take advantage of it. Share this video far and wide as usual. I love you all immensely. Thank you all very, very much for being here. Make sure to do the liver cleanse if you have not yet done it. And if you did do it, thank you very much for joining me. It was absolutely amazing. I love you all immensely. God bless you. Have a beautiful day. And make sure to tune into the major worldwide premiere of the Dr. Glenn Ryan interview coming out tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on this YouTube channel. I love you all. I'll see you all soon. God bless you and happy Monday. Thank you.